If you could maybe share a little bit about your real estate business before Book More Showings, like what you were doing. And when you did join us, how were you feeling? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you scared?
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, like I have to say, I started with a team that I was a buyer's agent. They used to give us a lot of leads, but I was not happy because that was not really fair. So people who were older had the best leads. So at one point I was trying to look where I can create my own leads and everything. This is where William popped out on my Instagram. And usually I don't click on those things. Okay. I never click. I never click on any ad. Okay. So that's the only one I did. Maybe I should do it more often. The BMS helped me a lot because at one point I'm like, oh, okay, look, I have those 6, 7 transactions like in 2 weeks. So I'm like, okay, I have enough money and clients now just to go by myself. This is where I really liked it. Of course, like for me, to be honest, we have that language transition. Here in Quebec, it's really totally different. But again, William really was helpful because we did all the marketing together to make sure it's more appropriate for our city because Montreal, it's an island as well. So if there's other stuff we had to work, but William took the time to work with me. And again, at the end, you have to make the calls. For me, I came from like a part where I had an inside sales agent who makes just your appointment and your calls. I don't have it anymore. So you have to wake up and doing it, or before to go to bed, you're gonna have to do it because at one point you just need to make those calls. And I think again, there's a lot of brokers who use lead generator again, and a lot of them, I think like the one who's really successful, it's the one who makes the calls and the follow-up again, because sometimes there's a bad buyer right now, but maybe like in 6 months or 12 months, he's perfect at that time. So again, I think it's really the follow-up and try to help the client, not to try to beg for any deal. I think the community, because I think it's this at this point now, it's be on time, do your meetings, do your calls. If you need help, just reach out. It's and no, it's amazing how you guys grew up because I saw it at the beginning. Now you have more people trying to help the agents. So yeah, for me it really helps, and especially now there's a lot of buyers that came back, and there's a lot of people who were sleeping lately because all the market is a little bit dead. So we're just gonna go in vacation.
If I can ask, Moncef, when you join us at Book More Showings, how long did it take you to get like a first transaction?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. At the beginning, I was not really good. Like I would say, we all have that little problem at the beginning. I had a really hard time to make the calls. After that, I found a way, like I'm just calling clients that I know usually the answer. So I called 2 or 3 of them. So after that, I'm a little bit less shy. So I'm being able to make like those 20, 30, 40 calls. But it took me like maybe like a month and a half, I guess.
Wow.
But I will say it will go probably quicker if I was doing my calls every every morning because it's really this key. It's okay. Some people are they're really hot right now. There's some people that's not, and there's some people that were just curious and didn't want anything or they can't buy. But definitely, there's a lot of them. They fill out the form and they go, "Yeah, I already have my paper from the bank." So I guess it's because sometimes I see it. Sometimes I'm too busy, so I don't make those calls. And after I see like the amount of people, or even with the AI, at one point, like this is what you don't like, it's because the AI do the follow-up. If you didn't do the follow-up, the client goes, "Oh, I really found a property 5 months ago."
Can I ask, Moncef, do you know off the top of your head, like how many transactions you've done with Book More Showings since you've joined us? Do you know the number?
To be honest, since I'm with you guys, probably like at the end, maybe a good 16, 15 because of that type of marketing, I can say.
How much would that be worth to you in commissions in your market on 15 transactions?
I will say it's probably like 200,000 for. So again, like for me, like that thing works really well for me.
I love that. If you were to give advice to anyone, because you are very successful, when you made a couple $100,000 off web leads from us, What kind of advice can you share with somebody who's looking at partnering with us, but they feel scared because of the investment upfront? What would you share to that person based on your experience?
Look, it's like anything else in life. Like you're going at school, you pay 15,000. Look, the lawyers, I know so many lawyers, they went at school, paid at that school, I don't know how many thousands, and at the end, they're making 60,000 a year. It's not all the lawyers that being successful. It's you have to put the money, you're gonna have to put the time. This is the question is just, do you really want to do it or not? And I think especially putting it like up forward, at least it means they can be free. It's if you look, there's another marketing. You can go do door knocking. You can call the du proprio, the sales by the seller, and you'd be like the 105 real estate broker that calls them or knock on the door. Or you can be the few. It's look, it's really up to you. It's I think at one point put it. Worst case, I think, especially I think like when we can meet you guys, especially like you and William, it's not like that type of other marketing. It's you guys are how you say that like a really trustworthy. It's you're there, you're always there every Wednesday, Thursday to help the other brokers. I think you know it's working. And I could have hired a company in Quebec, choose to hire you guys in Alberta. There's a reason why, because the other one, I think they're not as good as your company.